What's up, guys? Welcome back to Latin Chopsticks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, I am very excited today for the place that we are going to. It's a place that I knew existed, but I've never been to it. And honestly, one of our commenters, I think it was not last week's video, but the video before that, they were like, hey man, where's the Brazilian food at? So with that said, guys, we're gonna go to this amazing Brazilian steakhouse. And the crazy thing is, it's not Fogo de Chao or Fogo de Chão or Texas de Brazil. The place we're going to is Café Mineiro, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but this place is absolutely delicious and it is extremely affordable. It is literally a third of the cost almost of the other two places that I mentioned. So I'm really excited. We're probably gonna do the full-on menu because the thing is they have like a lunch hour special. As you guys know, I always go to these places later in the day. So it's like 8:30 right now. It's almost 9 o'clock. We're gonna head there now. I actually have not eaten today, literally, just so I could save some room for this. Basically, you have two options. They have a cheap menu where it's, I believe, $19.99, some crazy, like super affordable number like that. I think it's $19.95. And you get the all-you-can-eat buffet, and you have an option of 3 meats that they'll walk to your table. I think the young lady had mentioned like pork sausage, chicken, and sirloin. But if you do pay the premium, which at the time of recording this video, I think it's like 32 something, maybe 33, and you actually have access to the same thing. You have access to the entire all-you-can-eat buffet, but then they have 11 different meats that they will take to your table, including lamb and different things like that. I don't know which one we're gonna do. I might end up doing the more expensive one just so we can get like a little bit of all the meats and we could take a look at what the actual all-you-can-eat buffet is, like the salad bar, the hot items, the soups, the cold items, and just kind of see how it compares maybe to Fogo de Chão and Texas de Brazil. Because hey, if you guys have a large family and it's somewhere that you know that you guys really like to eat, or if you guys are really strong meat eaters, I mean, Texas de Brazil and Fogo de Chão can get expensive when you have like 2 kids or 3 kids, or you have picky eaters and then you bring them and they don't want to eat half the stuff. So I believe this is going to be a great option for those families that visit. With that said, hey, if you're from here in Orlando or you're from here in Florida or you're close by, definitely put this on your checklist because, I mean, as long as it turns out to be as good as it looks and it sounds, it's definitely gonna be worth it. But enough talking, guys. I'm starving. We need to start heading out before it starts getting even later. Let's go. Awesome, we are here, we finally made it. This place is completely packed. I'm not sure how good of an angle the camera is grabbing, but there is a ton of food here. With that said, we ended up going with the actual all Brazilian buffet. So of course we have a chance to see, as you guys saw, all that food that we can get. Not only that, but they're gonna bring 11 different meats to the table. It's a huge list. They have like pork ribs, beef ribs, they have sirloin, they have picanha, they have a whole bunch of different things. But of course, we ended up getting a little tiny bit of everything because I really want to leave room for the meats because that's what I'm really looking forward to. This place is really nice. The service so far seems really good. And to drink, we got this amazing like lime juice, natural lime juice with sugar. It's not lemonade, it's literally lime, and it tastes delicious. Every time I go to any type of Brazilian restaurant or anything like that, that's exactly what I order to drink because it's so good, it's so refreshing. The other impressive thing is everyone in here is from Brazil. Like all the workers so far are from Brazil. They have a really strong accent, and it's really, I like that. I like to see that a lot. With that said, let's go ahead and take a look at all the stuff that I got for now. All right, guys, so as you take a look at this. It's delicious. There's a whole bunch of plantains. There's like lasagna, but this lasagna is made with like beef, ground beef. But not only that, it has a ton of cheese, and it has like mashed potatoes in it, topped off with mozzarella cheese. You have this beautiful basmati rice that just looks really, really good. Then over here you have a chicken salad. You have quinoa. You have coleslaw. We got some cucumber, tomato, and little toast. And of course, we had to get this amazing chimichurri for the meats. But the first thing we're gonna try is, usually I would use the knife, but I'm trying to do this with one hand. I really wanna try this because, oh, well, we ended up getting some rice, but like I said, look at that. It is almost slowly falling off the fork, but it's ground beef, mashed potatoes, and cheese. Let's try this out. Oh, guys, I can't. I've been waiting all day to eat real food. Oh my God. It is weird. It is just delicious, buttery mashed potatoes. You have the cheese not only on top, but you actually have it mixed in with the mashed potatoes. It has this creamy, cheesy, coats your entire mouth texture, which is delicious. The basmati rice, I like the fact that even though it's a buffet, it's cooked really well. It has a nice bit of oomph. You can taste the individual pieces of rice. It's not mushy. It's also not hard or undercooked. And it's surprisingly at a decent temperature. With that said, the plantains, that's what I want to take a look at now. So if you guys remember, I told you I'm really picky with plantains, and I'm usually really good at picking them. I mean, these are nice and firm enough to be cut with a fork. You have the inside, they have that perfect golden brown color on the outside. Oh, I could already tell this is going to be a good piece. Let's go ahead and try it out. Yes, please. Thank you.
Chicken and bacon.
All right, awesome.
Are you famous?
Thank you. Not yet. Hopefully one day, but I'm growing. Thank you. Alright guys, awesome. So even though I got to try everything, there's another dish that they finally brought out. And this is really recognizable. Let's take a look at it. So as you guys can see, this is the chicken and bacon. Yes, please. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let's take a look at this. We got our first two meats. We have right here our chicken and bacon, which I'm going to try to cut in half. Oh, it's really hard to do this with one hand. There you go. So it is chicken breast, so I am concerned it's going to be a little dry. I'm going to have to try to see if I can use... There we go. So look at the juiciness on the inside. Half of it does seem a little bit dry, but because it was wrapped in that bacon fat, I'm pretty sure it's going to be full of texture and flavor, and we're going to try that out. But take a look at this flank steak they brought out. Oh my God, guys, this looks amazing. Look at the juices of it coming out. Not only that, but look at the beautiful texture on it. You could tell this is, look at that. I'm just slowly doing this, and you can see it that it's almost coming apart. Oh boy, my goodness. We're gonna go ahead and try these out. All right, first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the chicken and bring it over here. And we're gonna go ahead and try this because it looked juicy when I first cut into it, but it honestly dried up pretty much immediately, but that's okay. That's usually what happens with chicken breast, so let's go ahead and try it. Wow, that bacon, really nice and crispy. The inner layer of bacon, it's a little bit, I don't want to say raw because it's not raw, but it's not cooked to the point of the outside. So you have that crispy feeling. You have that crispy feeling, and I want to bring more meat, so I had to turn this to no thanks for now. But then, it adds a little bit of chewiness. You have the crispiness to chewiness, but when you get to the chicken, because of that second layer of like bacon fat and not being fully cooked or not being completely crispy, it's not that it's juicy, but it adds a lot of flavor to the chicken. It's literally like you're eating a delicious chicken bacon explosion of flavor. With that said, it's really good, but it is a little bit salty. Regardless though, flavor's incredible. And next thing I want to try is this delicious, juicy, and tender piece of flank steak. Has a really nice and crispy outer crust. The inside's very, very tender. However, oh, okay, this is much better. It's literally breaking apart in my mouth. That first piece that we got though, it had like a piece of tendon of some sort in it, so it was a little bit chewy. But the rest of it, I want to try something though. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab some of this chimichurri. We're gonna stick it right on top. Oh, I was supposed to go on top. Nah, it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of coat this, and let's go ahead and try that out. Oh yeah. I know typically Americans love their A1 sauce, and don't get me wrong, A1 sauce is delicious, but nothing beats a Brazilian chimichurri. It needs a little bit more salt because it's the flavor's there, but I miss a little bit of the saltiness. Let's go ahead and try a little bit of that chimichurri with a little bit of the saltiness. There we go. There we go. It's fixed. I ran out of meat, but it's okay. Let's go ahead and flip over. Let's go to yes. And then let's try some of the salad and stuff while we wait for more meat to get delivered basically to our table. Actually, the waiter actually came and said you have to try these. And I guess he said these are cheese bread, so it reminds me of the Colombian cheese bread. It's very similar, it just has an odd shape. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna try my best to kind of break this with one hand. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh wow. You could tell the cheesiness on the inside. Oh, we have to try this out. It's unfortunate because he actually had brought them out nice and warm, but I was in the middle of like showing you guys the meats and stuff. It's still kind of warm, but not as warm as it was when he brought it. But let's go ahead and try it. Yep. Oh my goodness. That flavor. The outside, it's nice and crispy and crunchy, but soft at the same time. Now the inside, it's nice and chewy. I'm gonna try to break this to show you guys. Let's see if you can see. Just look at this bread when I break it apart. You can see the cheese inside of the dough itself. Oh my God. I'm gonna go ahead and wet it in a little bit of this meat sauce from the leftovers. Let's go ahead and try this out. Oh man. Between the bacon flavor, the cheese flavor from the bread itself, and the little bit of chimichurri mixed with the meat sauce, this isn't gonna taste good anymore. Not after eating that. But let's go ahead and try it. I kind of wish it was butter. I didn't see it on the menu itself or on the counter, but let's go ahead and try this out. I take that back. It honestly, it felt, when I grabbed it, it felt stale. But no, this outside is super crunchy. Okay, so here's what I want you to take a look at. Look at this bread. It's kind of like that. And it's still pretty nice, and I don't want to say fresh because it's not, but it's nice and soft on the inside. But then the outside is still kind of crispy. I want to try this one with what I did with the other one. Yes, please.
One more?
Yep, please. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Well, okay, enjoy, sir.
Thank you. The meats are just coming and coming. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over again, just to kind of give it some time to talk to you guys and show you, because I don't like the meat sitting on the plate and then getting cold, because then it gets tough. And I don't want to give this a bad review because I don't want it to be my fault. So let's go ahead and check this out. Okay, so first things first, they brought this. This is very similar to the chicken, but it's actually pork wrapped in bacon. Now, of course, the other pieces were laying on top, so this piece didn't get fully crispy, but look at that golden brown color. And then here, look at that golden brown color. And I like this because since this wasn't crispy, the fat is rendering into the pork. So let's see if we can go ahead and cut this with one hand. Ooh. It's hard because, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this with one hand. But then here, look at this, guys. This is the freaking picanha, and it's perfectly cooked. You have this beautiful added layer of fat. You have that nice pink color because I love the medium. I love a medium. Look at the juices that are just coming off of this thing. Let's hurry up and cut this and try it out. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It is really packed. It is 9:30 almost. And this place is complete. I did not think it was gonna be this full. All right, let's go ahead and try this out. It's super soft, super tender. You get that saltiness from the bacon and it balances out with that meat. Unlike the chicken, super juicy. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of that chimichurri that I fixed up. Put it on this. Let's try it out. There's some bread. A little bit of coleslaw to balance out the saltiness. The coleslaw is nice and sweet like it should be, in my opinion. Some bread to soak up the juice. Oh my God, guys, this is amazing. And we did the 11 meats, so it's like 33 bucks. I mean, keep in mind, last time I went to Texas and Brazil with all this inflation that's going on, it was like 60 to 70 bucks or something like that. And this is $32. Nah, I'm good. Oh my God. Yeah. And the best part about it, I know I say this a lot, but this is literally and genuinely down the street from Universal Studios, Volcano Bay, and Islands of Adventure. I mean, we're on International Drive. As you guys know, all the info is going to be down in the comments below. But definitely this place is worth a visit. With that said, let's try this picanha, guys. My quick tip, don't try to cut this on the small plate. It's very difficult and it makes it seem like it's a lot tougher than it actually is. But look at this, is falling apart. I tried to cut it and it like broke apart pretty much because I cut it very thinly. Oh man. Oh my God, guys, that fat has so much flavor. And now I want to put a little chimichurri on it. Super soft, super tender. It doesn't necessarily melt in your mouth. It has a little bit of a chew on it, but once again, I kind of left it there for like 5 minutes and it's so thinly cut. It's still really juicy, but when you add that chimichurri on it, it kind of cuts through that excessive layer of fat, and it kind of tones down the richness to that perfect balance in your mouth. Oh, and then you get some of this acidity. I'm telling you guys, in my opinion, this is like the best drink ever. I love lime. Oh man, guys, I forgot to change the sign and a brisket just rolled by, and now I'm like, I hope he comes back. All right, guys, we just got beef ribs, and this looks amazing. You guys have to check this out. I mean, look at that juiciness. Look at the fat that's like rendered in the middle. It's nice. It looks really tender. I'm not sure if it is. That's a little bit much for me, so we'll probably eat a little bit, but not all of it. Oh yeah, look at it. I'm just pushing it very so slightly with the fork, and it's coming apart. Let's go ahead and cut it up. I'm gonna cut a piece from here and try it out. I can literally cut it with the fork. I don't know if the video can see down here, but this looks simply amazing. I don't think this needs any chimichurri. Nope. Honestly, I don't even have to chew this. I could just use my tongue and crush it. This is so far the most tender thing we've had tonight. All right. I'm a sandwich type of guy, so I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. It doesn't need it, but it's very rich, so I do want to get some of that chimichurri, put it on there, get a little bit of that coleslaw for sweetness and balance. Oh, I love buffets, guys. Look at that. That's gonna be a nice full bite. Oh my God. The bread absorbs the juices. The coleslaw adds that crunch. You get that chimichurri kind of cutting through the excessive fat. I'm getting full. Let's see what other flavors they have, or what other cuts of meat they have. All right, guys, awesome. So we got our next two meats. and it's basically pork parmesan and a sausage. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay guys, so you can take a look at this. It looks very similar to that of the ones that you see. Oh, this one's looked really nicely cooked. Look at that. Oh man, and then this one, it's pretty decently cooked. I do want to try it. Honestly, I am completely stuffed, so I'm gonna have a hard time eating this, but I want to go ahead and try it just for you guys, just to see. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the pork, get that little pork piece. Check it out. Let's go ahead and try it out. Oh man. Oh, it might be because I'm full, because I'm waiting like 5-minute intervals between each meat, because I'm eating other things. It's good, but I mean, it's good. It's juicy, but man, you really, really have to like Parmesan. There's so much Parmesan on that cheese. I mean, look at that. I can't even say it straight. There's so much Parmesan on that pork. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and try a little end piece of the pork sausage, or the sausage really. All right, let's go ahead and check that out. Perfectly pink, let me see. Perfectly pink in the middle. Let's go ahead and try this out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is great. And then some of that sausage, some arepas, or put it in a hot dog bun for me. And that's going down easy. Oh my goodness. Honestly guys, I've seen this place before. I completely forgot about it. And when that gentleman said that to me, I was like, I remember there was a Brazilian place and I have to look it up. Honestly, it's not the fanciest looking place. It's nowhere near close to Fogo de Chao or Texas de Brazil. But the quality of the meat and the flavors and the service is amazing. And I would honestly say it definitely rivals and is up there with Texas or Brazil. Maybe there's not as many choices, but guys, you're paying literally like 50% of the price. And you're getting amazing foods, all you can eat, brought to your table, and you have an open buffet that you can choose what salads and things like that to kind of, you know, die down and tone down the saltiness of all that protein by eating. Like I was eating cucumbers and stuff like that in between, you know, the different cuts of meats and stuff like that. And honestly, it was like refreshing my palate. Plus this, if you guys come here and you like lime, definitely ask lime with sugar, lime juice with sugar. This is delicious. I don't know if this has a name in Brazil. If you're from Brazil, or the person that commented on that video asking for the Brazilian food, if you know what the name of this is, please put it in the comments down below, because I even know how to make this at home, and it's been a while since I've had this. With that said, I'm gonna wait till the waiter comes by. He kind of comes every maybe 3 to 5 minutes to kind of ask how everything is. I'm gonna go ahead and ask him to see what desserts they have, and yeah, we'll get back to it once the dessert's out. All right guys, great. So I found out 2 things. So they do have some desserts included with the all-you-can-eat. They have rice pudding, basically coconut pudding, but I got to show you what I mean by coconut pudding and rice pudding. This is like Brazilian. And then they have, you know, they have some different fruits that they have. So, but let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right, so this here is the coconut pudding, and it's literally mashed up coconut. And then here's the rice pudding, and this is rice with sweet condensed milk and things like that that's cooked. It's basically like you guys know, I'm sure you guys know about rice pudding. And then of course you have some fruits. We're gonna try this out, but then there is something, they also have a dessert menu that's outside. Oh, sorry. Gentleman was really recommending the flan, the Brazilian flan. Can I get that, please? Thank you so much. So they have also, aside from this that's included in the menu, or in the all-you-can-eat buffet, they have like cheesecake, they have chocolate cake, they have a Brazilian flan that a gentleman literally was like, hey, listen, you can't leave until you have to try this Brazilian flan, because I guess him and his significant other just got it, and then they were saying, or the young lady that he's with got it, and he was like, you guys, you have to try it. So we're gonna go ahead and order that, and as the gentleman's coming to get us that, we're gonna try both the rice pudding and the coconut pudding and seeing how it is. The rice pudding is really good. However, and this might just be me, it's not for anything, but my mom makes the best rice pudding in the world. She hasn't made it in years. This one's really good. It is extremely, extremely sweet. And the rice itself is really bland. I feel like it's missing that touch of cinnamon. It does have a cinnamon stick in it, and it's a pretty big one, but I feel like it needs that cinnamon powder to kind of add that little edge of flavor that it's missing. I don't think the stick did enough. With that said, it's not bad. But I feel like I'm eating rice mixed with milk and condensed milk with a ton of sugar. Now, I will try this one. The coconut is a little bit drier. I do want to try it. I can already tell, or at least it looks like it's extremely sweet. Let's go ahead and try it out. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. The coconut's really, really good. It is very, very sweet. And I feel like it's even more sweet because of all the salty meats that we had. It's nice and fresh and sweet. Alright guys, last but not least, the infamous Brazilian flan that the gentleman had recommended. This is beautiful. Take a look at this. I mean, this looks beautifully packed. The caramel on top, like the melted sugar, is like perfect. It drizzled down on the sides, and on top of that, they put a little bit of whipped cream with some of that. So we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves. Ooh, it is nice and like very firm piece of flan. Oh man, look at that. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and try this out. I feel like it's gonna be full of flavor. All right, and then this is their Brazilian flan option. Oh wow. The gentleman's right. He was saying it's very similar to Cuban flan. Very strong sugar flavor. Not sugar, caramel flavor. But it's like a natural caramel. It's very thick, very firm. But once it warms up a little bit in your mouth, it becomes this delicious, creamy taste. The sugar, it's very nice and sweet, and then it has a tad bit of bitterness on it, but it's very mild enough to kind of add complexity to the flavor of this flan. Oh my goodness. And the whipped cream, it's just whipped cream, but because they drizzled that caramel, it's nice, sweet, and adds that little bit of bitterness to it as well. But it's hard to describe. It's that bitterness that sometimes you get in caramel when it's really strong. Oh my goodness, guys, honestly, I'm really impressed with this place. I mean, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be good. I mean, every Brazilian place, steakhouse that I've gone to, 80% of them have been really good. Every now and then you get a place that they say it's a Brazilian place, but you go and it's like, really? Like, where'd you buy this meat? But no, this was, the service was great. The attention of all the service members here is amazing. You know, constantly checking up on me. They brought me the lime juice. They brought me this full cup of water just in case. They took their time to describe all the different foods, kind of show me. It's like a small area where all the food's at, but I didn't really have to get up after that initial time that I got the food. I mean, I got up again to check out the desserts that are included for you guys, and I was gonna leave it at that. I'm really glad that we got to try this flan out. The gentleman was right. It is delicious. With that said, guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. We're getting close to 450 subscribers, guys. I cannot thank you enough. Hope you guys liked the video. I wanted to show you something different that we haven't done, and thank you so much for commenting on that semi-last video in regards to Brazilian food, because you're right, I completely forgot about it. Because honestly, when most people ask, oh, you know a Brazilian place? Not everyone, of course, but most people would just be like, oh yeah, Fogo de Chao, or Texas de Brazil. And I'm sure there's another one, I just can't remember the name. With that said though, this place, Churrascaria Café Mineiro, it's definitely worth it. I don't know how their lunch is. I don't know if it's gonna be the same type of food. I know the meats are the same. Today, I think we had 7 different type of meats. Guys, they have 11 choices. So they do have like, actually I think we had 9. But they do have more. They have the sirloin that we didn't have. They have the regular chicken that we didn't have. And they have like regular pork that we didn't have either. Of course, you'll get to look at it when it gets here, but we tried the beef ribs. We tried, oh man, all that food was delicious, guys. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of this flan. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Sunday. And until then, let's just keep on eating.